Today, we get a little gassy. But go into changing gas caps. I got one for the Cherokee and for my truck. Actually, both of them seal good. I'm replacing these because this one, the retainer has broke, so the gas cap wants to fall off. And that one, the handles are broke, so they want to come off. But
I was gonna ask, did you lose the cap?
not yet. Will.
Any other reason why I might want to change the cap out?
The biggest one is because of the gaskets. They're gasketed and they're supposed to make a sealed system.
What's a gasket? Point that out.
And should I get the rubber band off of it? But this right here, this gasket, gets dried out. It's old. Like I said, this one I'm doing because the bracket there is broken, so it won't stay in there.
Yes.
But this gasket, you can see on this one, it's pushed down a lot. It's not near as big.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be long before this one wasn't making a proper seal anymore. They also have a pressure release valve in these.
Okay.
Because these are modern.
And why should I care about that?
Well, they can also go bad, and then it won't allow enough pressure to build up in the tank. And the system is a pressurized system, so it wants a little bit of pressure.
Okay.
And this is not a Ford part. This is a will work part. I say that, and it won't work part. They gave me the wrong gas cap.
Or is that the gas cap for the truck?
Nope, that's not the gas cap for the truck. They just gave me the wrong gas cap. So that goes back. So, well, there you go. You get the idea for replacement. We may come back to this.
Yes. That's why you replace the gas cap, is because basically the system will get angry at you after the seal fails?
Yeah, after the seal fails.
Is that going to ruin my gas mileage or something?
It can mess up your gas mileage more than anything. Your check engine light will stay on perpetually. It's one of the most common reasons for a check engine light to come on.
So to improve your gas mileage and fix your check engine light, replace your gas cap.
Now let's go do the hard one. This one, it still seals good, but the handle is about broken. Like I said, this one's going to be a hard one. There, it's off. New one.
You're not going to demonstrate the new and the old to me?
I got to get it out of the bag first.
About to say, I feel kind of gypped now. We've done that for everything.
New one, old one. You can see this one's rotting.
No,
but it is still sealing good, which is nice. You have that. And it's supposed to... This may actually have a pressure release in it too. I think it does. But yeah, this one's just whatever now. But nice, tight, and shiny.
There we go.
And for some reason, it doesn't seem to matter what you do. The wording's always upside down on these.
That only matters to OCD
There we go.
people.
There we go. That's better.
Alrighty.
And of all crazy things, these old gas caps, if you get in a pinch and you get one of this style for a vehicle that you cannot get one to replace, they are actually made where you can take them apart and you can get gaskets as well as releases. But unless you have something rare, there's not really a reason to do that. This was, I think, a $6 part, $7 part.
Yeah.
Today we got multi things going on. But we're going to start off with, I have the right fuel cap now. At least it's supposed to be. There's the part number. We'll see in a moment if it's exactly the right one.
I don't trust it until it fits on the thing.
Yep.
What's wrong with the other one again? I mean, I know in the video y'all are going to be like, you literally just explained that. But yeah.
This one
it's just 9 weeks later.
Yeah, this one's mainly just that the cables come undone and it's getting, the gasket's starting to retract.
Okay.
And it still doesn't match up exactly, but it's supposed to be the replacement. If it's not, I may just use the stuff off of this to try to fix that. But let's see if it works. Yep, that's a replacement. And then it's a matter of getting the right clip to clip the thing. If it has the right clip to clip the thing. Thing has a great big hole.
That is a massive hole.
and they do not. So, you know what that means? I'm going to
Super
use a
glue?
bolt.
Oh.
Bolt and washer.
I thought you was going to use Krazy glue. Literally, I thought, Krazy glue? You going to Krazy glue it? Yeah. Bolt and the washer would work.
See, the original, you have this grommet that's supposed to hold it in, and the grommet's shot.
Yeah.
And this isn't too bad, but like I said, it's one of those things. 20 years old. Generally, vehicle gets this old, and these gaskets start getting bad, and you start getting pressure. A lot of times, very common reason, especially on more modern cars, for the check engine light to be on when you can't figure out what's wrong.
Mm-hmm.
If you got a code reader, you can go in there and it'll say fuel system pressure or something to that effect.
Evap.
Evap. More often than not, it's just that the gasket's not sealing good anymore.
Or you didn't close the gas cap properly all the way.
Yeah, that does it too.
Like I did.
And if you have certain vehicles, it could be that you have spiders.
Yeah, Tucson. Excuse me.
But so yeah, that's all there is to it. Like I said,
Yeah.
I'm gonna get a nut and washer and a bolt and fix that. But a lot of vehicles don't have the cables; they just have a spot to hang here. But this way has nowhere else really to put the fuel cap.
And so you do what we used to do in the old days. You set it on top of your vehicle.
And drive off without it.
Yes, that's exactly what we used to do.
Yeah.
I've lost so many gas caps that way.
All right, now I know. Is sound on?
Yeah, it sounds
Okay.
on.
Now I know I just showed you the new one and talked about putting a bolt in here, but I got thinking I have tiny cable clamps, and that'll fit. And since this thing is still sealing good, and getting the original equipment, if they work good, is better than the aftermarket stuff you end up having to replace it with most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually going to try to use this as a retainer and see what it does.
That's from when you fixed the parking brake, right?
Yeah, and I ended up having to pull them off. This side's parking brake just won't activate. So I had to loosen that cable up. So I still have one on there, but I took one off.
Hmm.
And, but yeah, they're just cable clamps from your local hardware store.
There we go. Over, under, and around, and through the hole. To the other side. There you go. There we go. Pardon. I got lost in your bald spot.
Okay. There's not even sun glare today. Have to.
Hush falls over the crowd as he gives huge amount of concentration on trying to find the cable.
There we go.
You got it.
Yep, and now I'm going to wrap it with some electrical tape so it doesn't rub on the sheet metal.
Hmm.
And I can't get the wrench in there to wrench tight it, so that'll actually help hold it too. You notice I live in the land of dust. This thing, I'm getting ready to do fuel filter on it. It's been needing it, and I've been having to use it as my work vehicle. Well, now I've got the Kia back up, even though I don't have four-wheel drive yet, and I've got the Cherokee that has four-wheel drive, and so I've had two vehicles to vary with it, and it's lucky because on Sunday, on my last run to my last site, coming back, it got where it was stuttering and stumbling every time I hit a bump. So that fuel filter is in bad need of replacement now.
We don't live in Oklahoma. He says that we live in the land of dust. This ain't Oklahoma.
Still the Midwest.
Yeah, it is still the Midwest. But trust me, Okies know what I mean when I say land of dust.
Yeah, but I live in a giant county with many, many unpaved roads.
I'll give you that one, yeah.
We have, well, I don't know if we still do or not. They just recently started paving a bunch of them, but until a few years ago, we had the most unpaved roads in the state of any county. The most miles of unpaved roads in the state. And we probably still do. We're also one of the biggest counties in the state, so.
Biggest shocker I've ever seen about an unpaved road is when I paid a toll in West Virginia and the interstate that I paid the toll to drive on turned to gravel.
It's West Virginia. It's a road. It's better than nothing.
True, it is better than nothing. It's better than fording in my crossover. The not quite SUV.
That's how West Virginia does new interstates. They put a toll booth on a gravel road and see if they get enough money.
Honestly, hey, it's smart. I don't fault them for it. It was just surprising. Like, wait a minute.
Oh, it's replaced. It's already showed to replace. When I had to put the bolt in, I got thinking, well, I could do that with that cable clamp, and it works just fine. And the tape, electrical tape, will keep it from rattling on the metal and keep it from working loose. So there we go. It's fixed, and I still have the replacement cap. If this thing ever shoots a code complaining, I can just swap it out real quick. But I had the arm back there anyways, I figured I'd do this.
Makes sense.
So that's it for that one.
All right. Well, thanks for hanging out. See you next time.
Until next time, have a good one.
So long.